It is 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Can you believe it? 9 o'clock on a Monday. It's Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday. Today's like day 300 of working. I have no idea what day or time it is, but it's Monday apparently, and it is 9 o'clock. So, since I'm filling in for Manolfi, that means we get to hang out and do a little evening coffee talk action. Let's do this. Before we get to any of the other stuff, let's just look outside. See how lovely it is outside, huh? Here's a shot. Vehicle assembly building over at the Kennedy Space Center. The clouds have cleared the area. It is absolutely beautiful. Let's head down to Port Canaveral, just a couple of miles south. Kind of a nice clear sky, isn't it? Melbourne, how you doing? Knock, knock. Who's there? Camera who? Exactly. Iris me up and maybe we'll be able to see you. Can't really see much going on. Oh, well, it is what it is. Let's head out west, see what's doing up in Ocala. Lovely, lovely night for you. Over to the tourist district. Looking good. There's Epcot. Looking over to Altamont Springs. We're looking good. Downtown Orlando. Looking nice. And last but not least, the Orlando International Airport. I will add that while the weather at the Orlando International Airport is perfect, the flight status is not. As a matter of fact, there are more flights delayed than there are on time. A couple of pilot Facebook groups I'm in, a lot of pilots are asking what's going on down there. And it seems like it's kind of a Florida thing as opposed to just an Orlando thing. But if you've got friends or family that are heading in late this evening, that's a mess. I, for one, am glad I'm not traveling anywhere. I'm glad I'm just hanging out here in the studio with my buddy Roberto, who comments, "Good evening, Mr. Burris. Are you requiring anything this evening?" Mr. Roberto, just your friendship. Will that suffice? He's over at the camera unit like 30 feet that way. Anyway, Linda, how are you? Sarah, Paul, Jamie, good evening, everybody. Thanks for hanging out for the evening coffee talk. This is where I'm just trying to slam back coffee to stay awake, and we get to be punch drunk together. Let's talk about how wonderful this weather is, okay? The clouds have cleared the area. Our first warning live Doppler radar sees nothing. It's perfectly quiet. Cold front moving south of us. As is such, we are watching those temperatures dropping. Here's a look at the satellite radar. Cold front was bringing some nasty weather down to South Florida, had some tornado warning action down there, had some flood action. Looks like all those advisories have been allowed to expire. A couple of showers down in South Florida. Behind it, the winds are coming in from the north, just kind of pooling that cool air down. North-ish. I'm like looking at the winds and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not perfectly due north. Whatever. It's 9 o'clock on day 900. It is what it is. 66 though right now in Orlando. That you can't ignore. Like, that's awesome. 70 degrees in the Villages, 64 in DeLand. Sipping coffee. Do I see 58? No way that's accurate. 58 in Titusville already? Slow down, Tex. I'm checking. Hold on a second. Don't believe everything you see just because it's on the internet. Load. Yeah, I don't know what that... Actually, I mean, truth be told, Titusville's reading 58. I see 59 on some of the towers at the Kennedy Space Center. 59 on Merritt. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, there's a little cool air pooling over there. Okay. That's, like, actually not the craziest thing. There's a bunch of stations over at the Kennedy Space Center reading in the upper 50s. So, isn't that something? Like, random stuff. You find this every now and then. Either way, doesn't matter. It's lovely outside. Chris says weather is 5 stars. I would agree. Full bird kernel weather over there, okay? It's great. It's lovely. Lovely. Lovely stuff. So, little pockets of cooler air here or there. I could tell you this much. When you wake up in the morning, we're all going to be enjoying the weather. Here's a look at what to expect tomorrow morning. An absolutely stunning sunrise. Temperatures hanging out, what? In the 50s? Are you kidding me? Nope. That's in the metro area, 50s. We're talking about 40s in some of our northern suburbs. So let's do this. Instead of talking about the weather elsewhere, let's just break down. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Let's just break down some of the temperatures around Central Florida. We'll wake up tomorrow morning in our northern spots in the 40s. Yeah. 48 in Ocala, 49 in Bellevue, 49 degrees in Salt Springs. You head a little further south, it's a little milder, still lovely. 50 in the Villages, 51 degrees in Leesburg, 52 in Eustis. The lakes are going to help keep things just a little bit milder. Over to Brevard County, sure, like Barrier Island, 66 degrees. Satellite Beach, Cape Canaveral, 64. 57 in St. Cloud? Yeah, that's not bad. 55 in Celebration. Through the metro area, 53 in Apopka, 56 in Winter Park, 56 degrees in Windermere, 55 in Daytona Beach, and 54 degrees for us in Palm Coast. So that's the stuff the dreams are made of. Now, if you watched West 2 News at 6, you can't play the game. But with temperatures dropping this evening, okay, with temperatures dropping this evening, and here's just the wide shot of temperatures, okay, with temperatures dropping this evening into the 50s, it made me wonder, when on average do we stop getting these cool temperatures? And this is the honor system here. If you watched West 2 News at 6, I did that, so you can't play. But for those of us that did not watch West 2 News at 6, when do you think we stop getting temperatures in the 50s? Now, here's my criteria that I used, okay? I used Orlando. The average low temperature right now for Orlando, top of the screen, you see it there, is 61. So that's not all that below average. But when do you think the temperature sits at 60 or above on average? Okay, James says May 5th. Chris says, I'll guess May the 4th. Anybody else? I want some guesses before I reveal. And if you saw West 2 News at 6, then you know, and that's okay. You're the Cool Kids Club. Mary says 4:30. Jennifer says the end of April. Here's a hint, okay? Let's think about this. The only way to get those cool temperatures are cold fronts. Cold fronts stop during our rainy season. Our rainy season starts the end of May. But when do we stop getting temperatures usually? What is our average last time we hit 59 degrees or below? Sarah says May 15th. Todd says May 15th. Nancy says May the 3rd. Haha, interesting. All right, you ready? Are you ready? The actual retail value. Oh, no, wrong show. Sorry. All right, so here's the dates. The average last date for temperatures in the 50s, May the 8th. The last time for temperatures in the mid 60s is the end of May. So what you notice there, if the normal start of the rainy season is late May, what you end up seeing is early May, you stop getting cold fronts, like good ones, decent ones. By the end of May, you stop getting any hint of them, and then that's when the rainy season starts. But I just thought that was kind of an interesting little tidbit because, we're obviously not in the rainy season yet, but we had some rain today. And that kind of made my brain think like, okay, what other stories can I develop off of this? Now, that said, Chris says, if you split my two guesses, I'll be closer. That's okay. It's okay to not. I was way off. I thought that it was the end of April. So finding that it was kind of the first week and a half of May was a little surprising to me as well. So be that as it may. Okay, all right, enough of that. So that was kind of the secondary storyline that I came up with today. The other is just some decent rains that we saw. Orlando International Airport saw a pretty good soaker today. Almost 3/4 of an inch of rain. Last time we had anything close was mid-January. 3 months. We had more rain today than we have had in 3 months. Yeah. Some other rainfall numbers just for comparison. I just picked like some of the decent numbers. I tried to get a decent geographical sampling, if you will. But as I'm talking to you, I'm looking to see how much rain I saw at my house today. Oh, I got a decent amount. I got 0.59 inches at my house. I'll take it. Ocoee, almost 2 inches of rain today. Port St. John, an inch and a half. Orlando International, as I said, 0.7. And Deltona in West Volusia getting almost a half of an inch of rain. So awesome, needed that. Couple of interesting little tidbits that I found based on that information, okay? Before today, for the month of April, we had seen 0.28, which left us in a 0.3 of an inch deficit. But after today, for the month, we're in a 0.3 of an inch surplus. Now that, my friends, is something. For the month, we're in a surplus. Super cool. But remember, month or not, the data for the year is bad. It's still bad. We got essentially a drop in the bucket. Like, did it help us? Sure. Was it enough? No, sir. Not even close. But it was something. And it shaved a little bit off of this list. So Orlando still almost 7 inches of rain behind. Sanford 5.25 or so. Leesburg, you were knocking on the door of 7 inches behind. Now you're 6.25. So you did something right. You did something right. May not be a ton, but you did something right. Listen, I'll take it. Bruce says I had just under an inch in Oviedo. You did better than I did, Bruce. You're a better cook than I am, too. Chris says we got more rain in the last 2 days than all the rain combined since early March. Yeah. Okay, I just got an email. The National Weather Service tornado warning from yesterday is still scrolling across the channels in Brevard County. It's not scrolling on our channel. Oh, well. It's becoming a great cool night tonight, Brenda says. Can't wait for the morning. I'll be opening my windows here in Ocala. Yes, you will, with 40s. Oh, love this for us. Tomorrow's forecast around Central Florida. That morning looks fantastic. The afternoon looks fantastic. The evening looks fantastic. All the good things. All the good things. Laura says, happy tequila talk. That's good. I did say we can name this whatever we want. I put coffee talk because I'm sitting here nursing my coffee. The Starbucks near the station closes at 7:30, so on my dinner break, I run out and grab it and throw it right in the refrigerator. That way, for coffee talk, I can drink my coffee. This is about the time where I'm dying, so yeah. But for you, it could be tequila talk or Earl Grey tea talk. That sounds pretty good. Yeah. Beverly says Deer Haven is desperate for rainfall. At the end of the day, we still are. Laura, what's your Starbucks order? I'm such a basic thing. I get a tall mocha over ice with an extra shot of espresso, no whipped cream. I'm such a basic person. Ooh, Linda says light beer talk. Now you're talking. Oh man. Mike, will you do another calendar this year? Yes, but maybe different than you think. So I was talking to Jeremy Nelson today. Tell me what you think, by the way, guys and gals. I was talking to Jeremy Nelson today, and if you don't know who he is, he's the meteorologist that I co-author our hurricane season forecast with. And he had said, and we had discussed this before, but he had suggested, hey, why don't we once a month put out a calendar for our 2023 hurricane season forecast? And I'm like, Yeah, let's do that. And so going into hurricane season, we are going to put out a calendar and just kind of, it's going to show our bigger weather features and how they may time out, like watching this coast, watching that coast, that kind of a thing. So we are going to be putting out calendars, but as far as like just regular stuff, yeah, we're moving on to hurricane season. Listen, we are short-staffed in this weather department. I haven't even started on my hurricane special deals. I got two of them to do. Um, my station just bought, or my company just bought a couple of stations in Fort Myers, and so I'm sure at some point in the next couple of months, I'm going to start getting them onboarded with our graphics at some point. I'm excited I get to meet a couple of those Mets. A couple of those meteorologists are going to be joining us in Orlando this weekend, actually, so I'm going to get to meet them. So yeah, just you know what it is, the season, the April and May calendars. I may do a May tropical deal, but it's going to become different. So once a month, probably the beginning of the month, I'm guessing the beginning of the month, Jeremy will come on Coffee Talk instead of just March 1st, which if you missed that, wesh.com/hurricane forecast is where you can go. Yeah, wesh.com/hurricane forecast. But once a month, Jeremy will come on and we'll just talk about the features for the upcoming month, just kind of updating. We're not going to change the data, but we'll update the conversation about it. What is to come this month? You know, that kind of stuff. Chris says, love the idea, right? I like it too. Ari Riggs, love the idea. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Linda says, night shift. Indeed, it's the night shift. It's the night shift. Chris threw up a bunch of hearts instead of stars. Yeah, I'm glad those stars went away. People are sending stars. Jan, that was a great coffee talk. Love it. Well, and it'll be neat getting into hurricane season where we can start really looking into that data. I need to email, speaking of which, let me open this up just to remind myself. I need to email Phil Klotzbach, asking him to join us on Coffee Talk to chat a little bit about his hurricane season forecast. And there's a document that he has given me, and I need the updated version. So I just typed in his email address so that I can bother him on that. I don't know if we'll do it before. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to ask him. So a couple of housekeeping things also. You saw where Manalfi went to the hurricane conference in New Orleans. Coming in May, I'm going to the hurricane conference down in West Palm. It's the Governor's Hurricane Conference. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'll be doing live reports from down there. And yeah, good stuff. All good stuff. Ooh, that is good. When do we start seeing the Saharan dust rolling in? I just can't believe it's April, which means May's already around the corner. You know? Man, it's been dry. When it gets wet, I'm worried about the drought in the East Coast. We need rain. We do need rain. Yeah, we definitely need some rainfall. The more hurricane info we get, the happier I am. Bruce, well, I mean, listen, you're in the right place. We do that. Jeremy's asking, prediction for 2023 come out? Yes. So we issued our WESH 2 hurricane season forecast, and then Colorado State University also issued their hurricane season forecast. So here's the forecasts as they stand right now. All right. On the left column, the averages. Center column, Colorado State University. And the right column is the WESH forecast. So Colorado State is calling for a near average to slightly below average season, whereas WESH is calling for a near average to slightly above average season. Last year, it was kind of the opposite. WESH called for a near to slightly below. Colorado State called for a well above average season. It ended up matching the WESH forecast. I'm not going to sit here and get pompous because believe me, if there's one thing I've learned, weather forecasting has a way of humbling you. So we'll see. You know, we're looking at different methodology than Dr. Klotzbach and his team are. And so, yeah, all good stuff. But yes, so Jeremy's asking about the prediction come out. So those are the numbers. But remember, the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast also highlights hotspots and dates. And wesh.com/hurricane season. And you can find all of that Here's our landfall hotspots, though, for this year. Yeah, and you can read all about it, including dates, which come May. I think that there's a couple of dates. Is it May? I think we have a couple of dates on this golf feature. Yeah, golf feature. We've got a couple of dates in May. And then the East Coast feature, we've got like the very end of May, is it? Yeah. So anyway, plenty of plenty of information. Plenty of information. wesh.com/hurricane forecast. Yeah. Whew. I mean, we're almost there. We're almost there, which is kind of crazy. Yes, did Tony share anything from the conference? Yeah, well, he got a lot of great video that I'm sure we'll use for our hurricane season forecast, or our hurricane season special, I should say. And I mean, I'll be doing the same thing down in West Palm for the Governor's Hurricane Conference. So yeah. Laura says, I didn't even realize Colorado State released theirs last year. Yeah. Ari Riggs, may I join you for the conference? Went to school for meteorology. Listen, it's open down in West Palm Beach. Go do your thing. Yeah, do your thing. No Texas forecast? Not in the hot spots. Yeah. You got any more of that rain, Eric? We need more, James. Yeah, I'll dial it up for you. I'll make it rain for you, okay? Jamie, 50 days is the LRC. Yeah, it's about a 51 day cycle this year. Yep. Chris, so saving it for a special? Saving what for a special? Oh, the footage? No, I mean he did a lot of day of stuff, but he got other interviews that we're going to put into the hurricane special and other stories. Not saving anything, anything groundbreaking, but just interviews that he did, and at the end of the day, you have to remember, Chris. I mean, no. This may come out wrong, but it shouldn't be. Like, we know we have the hurricane special. We know that we have different weather specials that we have to do. So we do need to kind of, with that in mind, do interviewing for that. But it's not like we're just trying to keep it hidden. It's just like, go interview this person because we're doing this story for the hurricane special. Which reminds me, I also need to email the Orlando City arborist because one of the stories I'm doing for the hurricane special has to do with that. So yeah, it's not that we're like trying to keep anything from you. It's just we have to always plan. You have to plan longer term. It's kind of like when I build graphics, and I know that it sounds silly, but like when I build graphics, it's not just for WESH because I know I distribute television to 26 television stations, soon to be 28 television stations. So, it's a matter of you just have to think broader in some cases, right? So that's all. At the end of the day, that's all. It's no big deal. It's just, it is what it is. All right. One sidebar, did get an email just before I came on to Coffee Talk. Kind of a sad statistic. We've had our first lightning fatalities for the year. 2 in the United States, 1 in Florida just in the last couple of days. Had that one down there in Brevard County yesterday. Truly, truly sad situation. So, yeah, just when the cheesy saying goes, when the thunder roars, head indoors. But truer words have never been spoken. So we've already had that, and we're not anywhere near the rainy season yet. So just keep that in mind. Linda says, I wish I could sleep in tomorrow. I have a dentist appointment. Listen, I've got the kids, like, I've got to wake up early and do the kid thing. So I'll be here until 11:30 tonight, and then we'll be doing our coffee. My alarm will go off at 5 a.m. and yeah, doing that whole thing. I live in a 55-plus manufactured home community and want to get information about hurricane preparedness, shelters, etc. for Orange County. Where would I find this? I'm on our HOA board and want to be able to get information for our residents. So, Suzanne, a couple of things. You can, the shameless plug would, of course, be you can head to wesh.com and check out the hurricane section. But moreover than even that, head to the emergency management. Check in with them, see what they have published. It's very important information, and all of the emergency managers, all of us TV meteorologists, we want to get that information out to you. So there's various ways to do it, but yeah, we'll be with you. Okay, Laura, I hope you have a day off soon. I am off, I think, tomorrow. Tony, don't you go calling in now, son. Kellyanne, I'll kill you. I'll get you. Ari, children, love them. Oh yeah, beating the snot out of you, but love them, absolutely love them. One of these days, maybe you could pencil in some sleep. Yeah, eventually. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. So sad about the horrible lightning strike. It's sad. It's sad. It is sad. Got caught on a boat. It's bad. I do plan on taking my little poor man's boat out tomorrow. I'm gonna try and do that tomorrow. It's my first day off in like 2 weeks, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever the heck I want. That's what I'm gonna do on my day off. I've got donuts with Dad in the morning, so I will do coffee talk from the car in the daycare parking lot tomorrow morning, and then we'll do donuts with Dad, and then I'm going to take my boat out. Coffee this late? How late will that have you up to? Charles, I can go to sleep right after drinking coffee, but I do need to make it to midnight because I'll do Wesh 2 News at 10, I'll do Wesh 2 News at 11, and then at 11:30 drive home. I just need to make it to midnight. Rose says, love donuts with Dad. Our school did that. Yeah, so I'm excited. I didn't even, like, this is how disconnected from my poor little guy I am. At least the last couple of days, having been at work literally every second of every day. I didn't even know that that was a thing. So when he told me about it, I'm like, oh, well, thank goodness I'm able to do it. And then Wednesday, can we talk about something? Wednesday, I'm taking my eldest son to kindergarten. What? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm taking him to tour kindergarten. That's a lot to handle. That's a lot to handle. Kindergarten registration. He's going to school with mommy. So I mean, she's teaching, but I think that they'll let her out of her classroom so that she can do the kindergarten like orientation with all of us. But yeah. What? Like, he's going into kindergarten? What have I become? I've got a kindergartner? Before I know it, I'm going to be walking him down the aisle at a wedding or paying for his college. Ugh. I was going to say, Chris, wait until you take him to tour universities. I'm like, not looking forward to that bill. Oh, golly. Have fun on your day off. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, Yvette? Kindergarten. When did that happen? Charles, old like me. That's what you've become. Yeah, you've got school age. Good gravy. When did that happen? Wait till he has kids, Patty, right? My goal will be to raise him to be the best dad. My goal will be to raise him to be better than I. There are these little moments when work needs me a lot, and so here we are. But the second that I can, we're going to be doing donuts with Dad in the morning, and I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited about it. Ari says, "Oh dear, kindergarten. 31-year-old. My son is. I remember. Cried. Yeah. Hopefully, bright futures will still help. Right, Rose? Oh gosh. Manolfi, I was in the Weather Center the other day. I hope Manolfi doesn't get mad at me for saying it. Manolfi was working on not funding. I mean, he's already done it, but working on his son going to college, and he's making that payment for college. It's like, ugh. That will be me in a few years, you know. Blink and we miss it. Sabrina says, my daughter's VPK graduation photos just came out last week, and I'm still emotionally not well about it. Listen, Sabrina, my oldest took his VPK graduation pictures. When I see them, I'm sure I will lose it. God. And his VPK graduation is soon. Like now, granted, and this, I'm curious, how many I didn't go to VPK. Was that a thing? I guess it was. but I didn't go as a kid. Um, he's already so smart, and like when he gets to kindergarten, he's so ahead of wherever I was, you know? That's what's crazy. So, yeah, he's doing his VPK, and then when he's done, he's gonna graduate in just a couple of weeks. Wow, something else. Laura, I didn't do VPK. I didn't either. Maybe it was a thing. I know my parents loved me, but it just for whatever reason, that's not the direction that they went. So anyway, that's where we're at. While I'm just entering it up, anybody have any questions? Like, this is a 7-day forecast that dreams are made from. You can tell I'm like definitely the goose is cooked. She's learned so much this year. She amazes me with how smart she is, right? John, good morning. I know it's evening. What storm models look like from Sunday to Saturday, taking a cruise from Port Canaveral to Cancun and back? It actually doesn't look wild. There's a little front this weekend and then a nice stretch of weather. So, yeah, I mean, maybe a little bit of moisture for the front this weekend. Otherwise, you're good. Yeah. My mom would have loved VPK for me. Why, just to get you out of her hair? Is that what it is? Is that what I'm detecting? Wanted to show you guys, and I tweeted this just a couple of minutes ago. Actually, maybe it's been a bit ago. I have no concept of time because I'm half asleep. I wanted to. Did we even talk about that? Like, this is where my brain is. Did we show this on Coffee Talk, the GFS? I feel like we might have. I'm so la la land here. So here's the latest GFS model data showing those temperatures warming, and then notice there's like some 50s in there. Yeah, like Sunday, Monday, models are almost hinting at some 50s in there for the 24th and the 25th, and then kind of going milder again. So we're not done with the 50s yet. The run before this had 50s around April 30th and May the 1st. So this is a new run of that. But yeah, Chris says the 3:30 edition you did. Thank you for keeping my brain sane. I am the third Facebook Live you do. After a while, you're like, where am I? I don't even know where I was. Like, what's happening? Ay, ay, ay. Linda says you're doing so well for working all day. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, man. How do you measure the moisture content of hail? Patty, it's just the diameter of the stone. That's all it is. In my day, we went to first grade. If we had kindergarten, it was private in someone's home. Interesting, Beverly. Isn't it funny how things change like that? Susan says, VPK wasn't a thing for me. I was in kindergarten when JFK was killed. Kevin, any fires in the area? No, we had a pretty good we had a pretty good rain today, as a matter of fact. Very needed. Very needed. Yeah, we had a pretty good little soaker today. Not a drought ender, but definitely helped a little bit. Yeah, Kissimmee over an inch of rain. Titusville almost an inch of rain. Palm Bay, I don't know, is that 0.68 inches? I have to check the Palm Bay number. That's Fakakta. Anyway, you get the idea. All right, any other questions, comments, concern? When is little Eric learning ChatGPT? One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Yeah, no snow, exactly. All right, people. I'm going to go look at some new model data. I just saw the new GFS run came in. Check on that, tweak the forecast for tonight, and have it updated for you on WESH 2 News at 10 on CW18 and at 11 on WESH 2. Does that sound good? Yeah? And then I'll see you from the parking lot of the daycare in the morning for coffee talk. Does that sound fun? Yeah? Good? Love it. Laura says the rain hit my window at 1 a.m. this morning and it scared me. It took me 20 minutes to calm down. I've been there. I get it. Usually when I hear that in the middle of the night, I like fly out of bed because I feel like I should be at work covering a tornado or something. I don't know. Linda, love you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jan, good evening. All right, y'all. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Sleep tight. I'll see you in the morning at 8 o'clock and, of course, on TV tonight for all of the fun. All right? Have a good one. Take